Hey, you guys, and welcome back to Damn It's Monday, episode number 3. Let's go ahead and jump into today's topic because you know your girl do not like wasting anybody's time because I don't like y'all wasting mine. No, I'm just joking. But anywho, today's topic, you guys, is about friends and competition. Let me say that again. Friends and competition. Not saying that I have friends that's in competition. I'm just saying, But okay, does it take, or do you have what it takes to be a girl's girl? A lot of people do not know what being a girl's girl mean. Especially nowadays. I'm not saying there's not females out there that don't have day ones and people that they've been friends with for years. Not saying that, but it is difficult nowadays to have girls, or just like friends that are genuine, friends that actually care. It's different because of the times that we're in, should I say. What does it mean for you guys? What does it mean for you as a woman or as men? I don't really know. Let's not get it twisted. What does it mean for you to be a girl's girl? What does it mean for you to feel like, okay, when I say friends and being in competition, what comes to you? I know it's females out there that has friends that you feel like you've been in competition with. Why do women feel like they're in silent competition? Now, not all. This is not all. These topics or what I talk about is not for all women. It's just for what I see or what I've experienced in my past or maybe in my present. For me, okay, well, let me just have a little story time. Let me just go on and put a little story time. And I guess that's what probably led to this topic of today, right? So, a long time ago, of course, I said a long time ago, like a few years ago, I had a best friend. And a few years ago, it went left. Now, there's no beef. I don't dislike her or anything like that, but it did make me open up a different, my lens, should I say, to how I look at females. I will say losing or having a best friend and then losing them can make you feel like it's like in a relationship. You kind of feel like back then, like years ago, I was feeling like a part of me was kind of gone. I'm like, okay, I have my sisters, I have, other people, but as far as the friendship wise, I'm like, okay, I felt like a piece of me at that time was gone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, okay, what happened? It went from this to that. But what happened and what I seen is, and maybe, let's be real, maybe I could be wrong, but from what I was getting from it was after a while, it started to be, oh, well, you like, not a competition, but it was just like, yeah, I feel like it was kind of competition. Let's be real. It started to be something that I'm like, okay, is this what we're on? You get something, then you got to show it off, and then I like, what is that? What is that about? I just didn't get it. And then I started to realize, like, I don't know if it's a DNA that females have in them. Not all, of course, but that certain females have in them. But to me, it's weird because for me, it's this, right? When I go into a friendship, any type of friendship, I come into the friendship being 100% my authentic self, okay? I come in it being who I am, real, whatever. That's how I come into the friendship. I've noticed that it's females that, because I can't be fake too, I don't know how to not be myself. I don't know how to not be authentic. How can you do it unless you like can just, I don't know, to me, be a fake individual? I just cannot do it. So with that being said, it's hard for me to come into a friendship and be fake. So what gets to me is a lot of females that I feel like, or I ain't gonna say a lot. Let me backtrack. Certain females can actually befriend, and for me, sometimes I just get blindsided. I'm gonna be honest with you. From where I have a good heart and I'm myself, I ain't gonna say I don't see things, because trust me, that's why I depart. That's why, because I do see things, but it's just to a certain, like, I kind of, I just come in, I'm like, okay, this is what it is. And then I start to see certain little things. I'm just like, oh, this is what you were on. You were on a beneficial friendship. You were on trying to use something, even if it's from financial to whatever, whatever. You was on this, even if it's my energy. Let's be real. Some people will use you just for your energy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, but getting back to that story, that friendship did make me look at females differently. Now, with that being said, it didn't close me off to friendships. It just made me look at certain little qualities. And I think it's crazy. It's qualities that will remind me of certain things she did. And I would be like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Like, that's not what I'm about to do, because I feel like I know what that will lead to. And maybe I could be wrong. But, for me, red flags are red flags a little bit. It's kind of like, if they're there, now I look at them and I depart, versus looking at them, kind of knowing the red flags, and then somewhat trying to make excuses for it. Because I would, like, back in the day, that's what I would do. I would see something knowing it's wrong, and I'm still like, okay, well, whatever. Like, she's not doing that to me. How many of us has they ain't did that to me? It's like a relationship. You, like, as far as like a guy, just a relationship, the same thing. Oh, well, he hasn't done this to me, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know because he ain't done that to me. And like, that's the same thing as a friendship. You start to be like, you see all these red flags, you see certain things that you shouldn't be around or you shouldn't be doing. And you're like, okay, she ain't done it to me. So, and that's when you have to me, a toxic friend. And then with the times that we've had, like the times that's nowadays, should I say, the times that we're in, that's what I was trying to say. The times we're in, it's a lot of toxic friends. And those toxic females make toxic girlfriends and toxic wives. Vice versa. It's men out there like that too. Let's not get it twisted. But as far as this situation, we're talking about females. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was like, so anyway, long story short, something transpired in our friendship to the point where there was no return. It wasn't like no one, like, she didn't sleep with my man and nothing like that. But it was something that I was just like, that's too deep for me. If you can go and literally have the love of her life and the love of my life get into a physical altercation, I'm like, and then we are supposed to do what after? We were supposed to sit back and talk about it. It's like, girl, you have lost your mind, And the fact that I loved her like a sister, I just had to leave. Like, let's be real. I'm gonna be real 100 with you. If I didn't love her the way I did, it would have been a physical altercation between me and her also. But the fact that I felt like she was one of my sisters, I just was like, okay. Like, that's one of those, okay. Yeah, that was a okay. You know what I mean? Because it was something that it shouldn't have never got to that point. You know what I mean? But again, that's why I said the competition was going on, because she was playing all types of things in her head without me even knowing. That girl was telling herself and putting all types of whatever in her head, and she was feeding it to her, the love of her life, her man's head. Stuff that was like, oh, he's doing this and he's making it, like, just stuff that I'm like, what are you talking about? How are we friends and you making all of this competition stuff? He's like, what? How? Like, you supposed to want your friends to win, because I want to see my friends win. And I want to hype them up. I'm going to hype my friends up. Hey, girl, get it. Yes, girl. Like, I'm going to hype them up, because I just want people to win. You know what I mean? Because I want to win. Let's not get it twisted. Your girl want to win. So it's like, I want to see people win too. Who wouldn't? But then it's, I don't know. A part of it could be how you were raised to a certain extent. Because, I'm 37. We're about to be in our 40s. So after a certain amount of years, you can't keep blaming, But I do feel like, because, I don't know. It was just a TikTok of my homegirl. And she was just like, she was talking about manners, basically. And I was just like, I don't understand. People have lost a lot of manners, dignity. Like, it's just, a lot of things is just gone. But anyways, getting back to that, with that being said, should I say, that ties into the toxic friendships. There's a lot of people who don't know manners, which if you're not someone who is adamant about using manners, then come on now, because I think it got a lot to do with it. Respect, manners, stuff like that has a lot to do with how you treat others. Period. To what does being a girl's girl actually mean, right? Because it's a little bit more than just like, oh, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be there and I'm going to just, that's part of it. Let's not get it twisted. But for me, I'm going to say being a girl's girl is about, which is what I said, of course, making sure it's from an authentic space, protecting and respecting boundaries. Because I would say too, I was also around females that I felt like didn't respect my boundaries. Now, I will say this. I am a mind flopper. That's part of my sign. I'm not blaming my sign on anything, but just saying, I do change like the weather, which means today I can say I want to do something, and by Friday I may not want to do it. But if you know me and you would know, oh, okay, that's just how she kind of is. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, it's not a good thing, but I'm just saying that's kind of how I am, And with that being said, that's something like I feel like people would need to respect with me. You understand? Just vice versa. Whatever characteristics that another person may have, another friend may have, I'm going to respect that. Like, say one of my friends may always be late. Okay? And that's just who she is. She's just a late ass person. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to either tell her meet an hour. They used to do me like that a little bit too. But anyways, I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna respect that, even because she's my friend. I decided to be this girlfriend. We decided to have a friendship. So with that being said, with me respecting that, even though I don't maybe like it at times, I will be like, okay, I'm just gonna, since I know she's gonna be late and send me showing up early, let me just wait 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna compromise with my friend. That's not, now if it's something that's dramatic, you just don't need to be the person's friend. But if it's something like that, you kind of that's what I'm saying with being a girl's girl, respecting the person's and protecting the person's boundary. Again, another example, it was times where I'm like, okay, hey, I will say that. I will write in the group chat, hey, and then I have children. They want to do things at the last minute. And I'm the type that be like, oh, okay, cool. I don't mind. I'll just tell them I ain't going to be able to make it. I'm thinking, okay, as a person, as my friend, you're going to respect that. Oh, no, it will be a bunch of backlash. A bunch of backlash, y'all, to the point where I felt like I had to have a good excuse in order to back out of something. I'm like, I'm grown. I'm a grown ass woman. So then I would be not doing that. I'm not, you need to respect that. Just like I respect all the things. One, to always pick the spots. One of the friends always being in charge. I'm like, okay, that's part of her personality. It was. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I didn't want to go, I just didn't want to go at that. If she would want to pick a spot, I'm like, I'm not really feeling that. I would just say it. Yeah, hey, I ain't feeling that. Woo. I'll go for out. Whatever. I'm respecting that. She likes to, be in control. It's going to be certain things I'm definitely going to be saying no to, though. You know what I mean? So that's respecting. Okay, but then that started being, I guess, too much. I can respect you and your BS, should I say, and certain BS things. But when it comes, like, so it's kind of like respect and protecting. Respect and protecting a person's boundaries. Because I feel like that alone helps out. Because you're saying that I see you, I hear you, I understand. It helps. You know what I mean? I just think it helps. It's hard for, I ain't gonna say it's hard. I'm not gonna even manifest or put that out there. I'm just gonna say the energy that I want around me is positive, of course, authentic, aka real, respect. That's like being in a relationship. It's like, this is what I want, A, B, C, and D. You know, I'm just playing. But yeah, and then it's like, I know that, with that being said, because I do have, like, let's not get it twisted, I do have a few friends that are like that. That's like, these are not, I'm not even necessarily talking about myself. I'm just saying in general, this is what goes on. Remember that being a girl's girl means not just showing up, but being your 100% authentic self and surrounding yourself with humane, positive energy. And just remember, someone's light does not dim yours, okay? And until next time, thank you guys for tuning in, and hope I wasn't everywhere. Until next time, you guys. Damn, it's Monday.